what's going on, you guys, and welcome back to the Anime Plus podcast. This is your podcast for everything anime and anime related. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the best anime of this decade, the 2020s. Loki is going to get a little bit more specific than that, but before we get into all that, bro, if this is your first time here. I'm your boy Aray, and with my co-host Aunn. Aunn, bro, how you doing, my guy?
Doing good, bro. Doing good. Snuggled up in a blanket.
What's up, bro?
About to
Wait,
talk,
what? You said blanket, dog? It's like 80 degrees outside.
bro. I'm like a heat freak. The
Yo,
fan is on though. The fan is on.
what type of logic is that, bro? Bro is hot, but he's cold.
No, the fan needs to be on. But then you need a slight, like it's not a big blanket. It's like a thin blanket, you know.
Bro, but it's like 70, 80 degrees up.
Nah, you need it though.
I just played, bro.
I get it.
All right, bro. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about the best series so far this year, but we're not gonna be talking about just the best series. What we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about the ones that will probably leave a lasting impact on this decade. So obviously, 5 years of this decade are already over. We're halfway through this decade, so these ones will probably carry us throughout the rest of the decade, and in maybe 5, 10, 20 years, people look back and be like, yo, that was one of the best anime of this particular decade. So that's what we're going to be covering this episode. Cool.
I am down, brother.
All right, bro. I made this list myself, bro. I'm gonna have you. Do you want to try guessing some of them, or do you want to just let it ride, bro?
Of this half decade, right?
Yes, sir.
So stuff that came out or started
Oh
in.
yeah. So I should probably clarify this. So no sequels, nothing that came out before 2019. So like Demon Slayer came out in 2019, that would not qualify. Another one that will not qualify is One Piece because it's obviously been airing way before. And My Hero is another one where there's like a new season, but it doesn't qualify because the first season came out before 2020.
What about JJK?
That came out in 2020, so that would qualify.
Okay. I can start I can start guessing a little bit.
All right, give it your best shot.
Okay. Um so JJK obviously.
Yeah, it's on here.
Um Blue Lock.
Okay, potentially, yeah, it's on here.
Blue Lock's on there. Okay. What else came out? Post 2020. That's been demonic.
It
Okay.
really has, bro. I was going through it and I have some crazy ones on the honorable mentions. So I'm like, you gotta know the top 10 is nice with it.
Is when did Dr. Stone come out?
It came out in 2019, so that would not qualify.
Damn. Uh
Good guess though.
My Hero?
That was before 2019,
Holy
before
shit.
20. Yeah.
Holy shit. I'm ass right now.
I ain't
Uh
gonna lie to you, when you hear the titles of these, you'll be like, oh shit, oh yeah, and I remember that one. Yeah, yes, sir. That will be your reaction.
uh I mean, AOT is very old.
Yeah.
Uh, what the hell? Damn, bro. Why am I blanking out right now?
All right, I'll give you some honorable mentions and maybe this will spark some.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So honorable mention, Tokyo Revengers, To Your Eternity, Aoashi, Marshall, Chainsaw Man, Heavenly Delusion, Hell's Paradise, and then I had one more. I totally forgot what it was,
I
but
mean, solo leveling obviously is in this shit.
okay, yeah, that's on there. There we go.
That's like not even a question.
Apothecary Diaries was the other one I had as an honorable mention.
Oh, damn. I'm really blanking out right now.
It's all
Uh,
good. We can start off with number 10.
Yeah, yeah. Let's just go through the list because I failed heavy right there.
You good, bro. You good. You got the main ones. All right, bro. So this one is my most controversial pick. I feel like you can swap it out with any one of the ones that was an honorable mention. The reason why I have this one in here is because technically the decade is not over, and this one has a sequel coming out later this decade. So it might rebound, bro. So for that speculation of putting it as number 10, I got Chainsaw Man.
Okay, I kind of fell off with this series, with the show. I
Me
can't
too.
lie. So I watched like a good portion of the first season,
Hmm.
and then I just stopped watching it for some reason. It was just not as good as I like anticipated it to be, you know?
Right. With all the hype that it had, you thought it would be better, right?
Exactly. And then it also kind of reminded me of like Demon Slayer a little bit. I think was it Demon Slayer? I forgot what anime it kind of reminded me of, but
Hmm.
it just kind of reminded me of it was just too much. And like I say this pretty much every episode, but it was just too much demon shit that was going on.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I respect that. I put this one here as number 10 because the manga is always in the top three selling manga of all time. And I know I said anime, but I still feel like the anime itself did decently well, enough to be on the top 10. And I feel like with the sequel, it might kind of boost that up a little bit more. And obviously, the movie's coming up pretty soon. So, for that fact, I had it at number 10. It's still kind of a weak number 10. I feel like the gap between 10 and 9 is huge. And again, I feel like any one of the honorable mentions we talked about, Tokyo Revengers, Heavenly Delusion, whatever, I feel like that could take its spot.
so is Mob Psycho on this?
No, because the first season came out before 2020.
Uh Zom 100.
That was one that I thought about for the honorable mentions, but I probably should have put that one. But I was like, nah, I don't think enough people watch it.
You're right. I mean, you're right. You're right on that. I can't lie to you, but yeah.
All right, let's get number 9, because then from this point on, you'll be like, yo, that's heat, bro. How did I not think about that?
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, number 9 just came out last year, spring 2024, is Kaiju number 8.
I honestly I was thinking Kaiju, but I was like it only had one season, so I can't even put it up here.
I respect that. Second, again, speculation on my part, but second season coming out next month or 2 months from now. So
No, like I would have put this on there if I knew if I just didn't think that it was like that it had that much to it yet, if you know what I mean, you
yeah,
know?
no, I got you. I got you. It's
But,
again, it's only halfway through the decade, so it is kind of tough.
but yeah, 100% this is one of the best animes that came out because first part is that it's full of action,
Hmm.
right? But it's also the main character is super funny and likable, which eh, eh, which honestly it's been like a minute since I liked a character like that. He's
Right.
genuinely funny, but also he's actually dumb strong too. You know what I mean?
I think it's one of the most unique main characters in a typical battle shonen anime. Like he's
Exactly.
not your typical age. Like he's not like a teenager, young 20s. He's old or older, I guess. But he's it's so different, and unique, bro. But like somehow we all vibe with him.
It's like he has he's an unk compared to everybody else.
He really is an unk, bro. He's like a chill unk though.
Exactly, exactly. He's like an unk, but he still hangs with all the youngins basically.
Right, right.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I agree with that
Uh-huh.
completely.
Okay. So I know, like I said before, there's a little bit of speculation on my part, but fuck it, bro. I made this list. I tried my best. We're gonna run it.
Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it.
All right. So number 8, bro, and this is one I know you didn't watch, so it's gonna be a little bit hard for you to relate, is Oshinoko.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but everybody has. I've heard this more times than I've heard my own name at this point, bro.
Bro, my reasoning for having this one on here is at one point it was the highest rated first episode of an anime ever, surpassing anything that you can think of, Attack on Titan, One Piece, and was just so it was just so hyped up that like it had to be on here. Not to mention the rest of the season did deliver. Second season was great as well, and now there's a third season coming out. Like this series just it just blew the charts off, bro. Like it was that influential and popular. And it's
Yeah.
not even a battle shonen. That's the crazy part about this series.
Yeah, I was about to add to that. Like, yeah, it's not a battle shonen, which a lot of okay, let's be real here. A lot of anime's audience, at least before,
Mhm.
was like young male, right?
Right.
And the fact that this probably has a huge audience of young males, pretty far.
Yeah, no, it's an anime about idols, bro. Like, who would have thought in the last decade that this would be on our top 10 list?
Yeah, exactly. Like something like this. It's something me and you probably won't watch, but I
Yeah.
don't know. It's getting a bit people are broadening their horizons. I mean, even me too, but yeah.
I mean, bro, I watched it, bro. First season at least, and it was actually pretty good.
Damn, bro. Do I need to watch?
I don't think you would like it. Like, there's like an aspect to it that I think you would like it, but I don't know if you would watch this over anything else. Meaning, like, I think there's other anime you would enjoy way more than this one.
I get you. Okay.
Let's move on to the next one.
Solid seven though.
Eight. That was eight,
Oh eight. Yeah.
bro.
Solid.
The next one though, bro, I feel like this one could go even higher than seven, bro. But it's just for the fact that only one season has came out so far,
Yeah.
bro. Ready?
Yeah.
Don da Don.
I was thinking this too, but like I didn't put anything that was one season. But I
Bro,
did.
here's the tough part because a lot of these don't have multiple seasons. That's what makes it kind of hard.
Okay, hold up. Then we gotta reevaluate shit. Down to Dawn. Okay. Hell, you put this over Hell's Paradise?
I put this over Hell's Paradise. Firstly, because second season coming out literally in 2 months.
Okay.
But more people were talking about Don to Don, and there was just so much more. It just had so much more like pull to it than Hell's Paradise did.
I loved Hell's Paradise for some
Me
reason.
too, bro. Me too. But I just feel like it's pull, bro. It has way more pull. Like,
No, I get you. I get you. I That's just a personal thing, obviously, you know.
mhm.
But yeah, Down and Out was nice. I haven't watched it fully, so I can't really like.
Okay.
I've watched like 5 episodes or 6 episodes. That's something I need to catch up on. Not gonna lie.
Second season is coming right around the corner, so you got time, and then you can hop right into second season.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because right now I know what they did. They just killed the granny. That's all they did.
Right, right.
The
Dude, all right.
Yeah,
This is kind of a weird way that I'm looking at it, but like when you think about the 2010s decade, you think about certain anime, right?
yeah.
And
Like
then there's obviously the sleepers that in the moment they were fire.
yes, yes, yes.
I
Agreed.
feel like Hell's Paradise is one that will be considered a sleeper in 10 years from now, but in the moment it was fire.
It was gas, brother.
That's kind of the way I'm looking at it. So I'm just trying to think of one off the top of my head, like Sword Art Online or One Punch Man. Those were going to be considered, or even Attack on Titan. They're going to be considered one of the best from the 2010s decade.
Yeah,
But Mob Psycho, for example, might not be seen the same way. It might be seen as a sleeper. That's kind of the way I'm comparing House Paradise to like Don to Don.
I get you. I mean, that's pretty accurate. Yeah,
All right, all right. So let's get on to number six.
let's get it.
Number six was Spy Family, bro.
Oh yeah, brother. This one. I forgot all about this one.
Right? It's been a while since we got a new season, but bro, it had its way too, bro. Remember we talking about it? We went to Starbucks one time and there was a picture of Anya painted and people were cosplaying as Anya and you know what? People still do all that, bro. And I feel like Spy Family is one of those series that people will be talking about in 10 years from now too.
Yeah, okay. That makes a lot. Yeah. Bro, Spy Family was fire, firstly. Secondly, it has like 3 seasons.
Hmm.
Like it has depth, you know what I mean?
Right.
Anya was just such a cool character. The concept of an assassin, a spy, and then a mind reader.
Yeah.
But then they all don't know that they're all like fucking crazy in their own aspects.
Hmm.
It's crazy. It's insane. Like this guy had to be on some like shrooms or some shit making this story up. Like I don't know what the hell's going on. But insane plot. The way it just ties in together. Everything is like they're so close to finding each other's secrets out, but it just doesn't happen, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's what keeps us kind of at edge at all times.
Right. Exactly. There's always like the development is slow, but there's always a small piece that gets developed.
Exactly, exactly, exactly.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
I
great
had
yeah, great choice here.
Thank you, thank you. All right, next one. You guessed this one already. It's Blue Lock.
Okay, yeah. I mean, did not expect this to be here. Like, it's such a good anime.
Bro.
From my point of view, one of the best first
Mhm.
seasons ever. And then the second season was like, if not better. Like shit was insane. The pacing is amazing. One thing people can argue about is the animation, but you know me, I'm not really the craziest animation. Like, I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal for me.
Yeah, I feel like this one was also super hyped. Like out of all the sports anime that I've watched, and I'm a big sports anime fan, this one is very different. And I felt like it's somewhat revolutionized sports anime in general, making it a little bit more fun to watch. So that was one reason I had it on here versus Awashi, which was more we'll call it like not plain, but it was more generic in a sense than some of the other than obviously Blue Lock that we're talking about. But not just that, but people love Blue Lock. You know, we talked about how the Japanese soccer team was wearing Blue Lock outfits. I don't know if you've seen this, but I think it was either Real Madrid or a different team, like an actual professional sports team, is starting to wear Blue Lock outfits or inspired outfits.
I remember that happened once.
Yeah, so like the sway on that is crazy too, bro. Like they
It's
got full.
bro, it's insane. Um, the Champions League is happening right now, right?
I'm not too big on soccer, and I say that as I'm wearing literally a Messi jersey right now, bro. But like I
I'm not that big of a soccer fan either, but I know one of my coworkers, he was watching that 17-year-old, that demon that just like pretty much I forgot what team he's on. Uh, people are about to roast the shit out of me, and uh, but like yeah, that 17-year-old is killing the game. He's one of the best soccer players ever right now. It's kind of insane how in soccer it's always the young bucks that just feel like come to the game and just like doing wild shit. Remember when like a couple years ago it was Mbappe that was doing that,
Yeah, Mbappe, bro. Yes,
and
sir.
now it's this kid,
I forgot his name too. It's like Jan. What is his name?
curly hair. No,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Blonde hair now.
yeah, blonde curly hair. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Yep.
Number four, bro, is Free Rent. Free Rent.
I need to watch that. I haven't watched it yet. I watched like an episode, but I didn't really get into it yet because I wasn't really fully paying attention. So I have to devote some time. You think that should be my next anime?
I think it's more of like a slower change of pace anime, like compared to some of the other ones. Like obviously you got Blue Lock, which is always high stakes. You know, it's always going to be intense every moment for the most part. And then I would put it more towards the Spy Family category, where it's more chiller, more relaxed.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily know if you'll love it, but you might. You know what I mean? I did vibe with it. I thought it was like a nice series. It was like a nice change of pace for me.
Rerun, bro. I don't know. I will watch it though. I will give it a try. That's my rule. I will give it a try. Well,
That's
I can't speak too much on it, so I want to hear why you put it up here.
I put it up here number one is because it's popularity. Like this one won anime of the year for multiple different media outlets. That's number one. Number two, I think when we look back, this kind of started a lot of different ideology from a lot of different anime fans. Like this was one series that really made people kind of like the slower change of pace type of anime where it was like at one point you're just watching all intense stuff and then this one came out of nowhere and it really blew the minds of a lot of people that just watched Battle Shonen like myself. And it was a vibe, you know what I mean? Like people talked about it, you know, it's on Netflix now. Everyone for the most part has watched it. That's like a big anime fan, you know what I mean? So I think for that popularity sense of things, it is definitely very popular. It has accolades because of its awards that it's won. And then lastly, I think it has an impact, like a lasting impact.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm surprised you watched it, to be honest. But I do have to watch this show. Uh damn, bro. I started the first episode. Low key, I might watch it tonight, brother.
All right, bro, you do that, bro. You let me know what you think.
I might unless you have some other better recommendations.
We can talk about it later, bro. But I would tell you, it's a slow Friday night, bro. But it might be the vibe, it might be the move.
Yeah, I mean, I do still gotta watch One Piece.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the thing. I'm watching One Piece right now.
Yeah,
I'm like rewatching it, so I'm like not really watching anything else because it's bro. Rewatching One Piece is the whole mission itself. So,
yeah. How far are you guys now?
oh, Punk Hazard still.
Where we just got to whole cake.
No way y'all are done with Dressrosa.
Bro, we finished just Rosa. Zoe was not that long, and
Oh
then
yeah, Zoe too, brother. I forgot about Zoe, bro. Wait, no way you guys finished Zoe and Dressrosa that quick,
bro,
bro.
gotta get through One Piece now, bro.
Bro, you lucky, bro. I swear to God.
Not really, bro. I got to a point where all she wants to watch is One Piece, bro.
But it's still for me. It'd be fire. I
Yeah,
like, but it is good. I mean, uh, damn, bro. She's about to know what happens. Damn, bro. This is gonna be sick. You guys are gonna be caught up.
I
That's
know, bro.
sick.
Then it'll be lit after that.
Huh?
It'll be lit after that because now I don't have to worry about spoilers and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, true, 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 true,
It's
true.
honestly the worst part, bro.
Bro, the spoiler, yeah. But it's funny seeing the reactions.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So hypothetically, and I don't want to go too much detail because she literally just walked in, but hypothetically, if this list wasn't just anime that came out starting in 2020, like Wano, that arc would be on here as probably like number one or number two.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Wano
That's
was,
that's not what we're doing today, feel me?
but it's 4 years long, bro. That's
Right,
insane.
right. All right, but yeah, let's move into the top three.
Let's get it.
All right, you guessed number three. It was Soul Leveling, bro.
Okay. I mean, bro, first season was, I think, the best season I've ever seen. Like, no doubt. What a Not one of the. It's like the best first season I have seen in a show. And then that second season was also S tier. It was like A tier, but like it was no, it was S tier. It was super good still. It's just so fast paced, action every single time. Maybe that's manhwa style, right? Super fast paced compared to manga. I love that.
I would say the story for manhwa are typically less dense,
Okay,
and I guess that makes sense. Like the two can correlate, and that could be why it's a little bit more faster action paced.
I mean, bro, that it was super fast action. I think the story's going pretty well too. Everything's going like perfectly, you know. Animation's great.
Yep.
Just it has the same dopamine effect that like you get from a Doctor Stone
Yeah.
with the leveling up, and the concept is nice. Obviously with the dungeons, the world building is nice too. Yeah. That's my thoughts, bro. I think if it wasn't for JJK being JJK,
Yeah.
that would be number one.
Yeah. Now that I'm looking at it, number two might could potentially be swapped with this one Soul Leveling. Because now that I'm thinking about it, all the same shit for Free Aaron where or Free Ren, I gotta fix that. But anyways, all the same shit. It won Anime of the Year. It's way more popular than Free Ren. It has a lasting impact, and it brought something to the table. Now people are into webtoons. People are very excited for webtoon anime adaptations. You know what I mean? So like it has that lasting impact that we were just talking about with Free Ren, except it's got pretty much double everything in terms of like popularity. I'm pretty sure more people have seen Soul Leveling, mostly like non-anime fans or people that just watch mainstream versus Free Ren. And then obviously it has that appeal, you know what I mean? That battle shonen appeal. So
Yeah.
obviously do better numbers in that sense. But then again, bro, the lasting impact, like the value it brought to the anime community in terms of webtoons being anime adaptations, I feel like that is huge.
Bro, you know how there's some anime and some shows where like everybody's watching it week to week.
Yeah,
That was Solo Leveling. Everybody
exactly.
was watching it week to. Oh, you watched the latest Solo Leveling episode? Like
Mhm.
Yeah, that was like Game of Thrones. Oh, you watched the latest Game of Thrones episode? Um, I mean, it happens in certain parts of One Piece too, you know. But that was how I felt with solo leveling. Whenever I got talk to you, talk to any of my friends that watch anime, even like some of my friends that really don't watch anime, kind of came back. I mean, and watched solo leveling. And it's also like whenever I get into the mood of starting to recommend anime, like I was recommending the shit out of solo leveling.
Hmm.
Yeah. There was just no like it was so good.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
All right, bro. I don't think we can leave the 2020s decade without talking about this next one.
Okay.
All right, bro. My favorite isekai, bro, Mushoku Tensei.
Okay. I was expecting this one. After you went through so many and I was like, wait, Mushoku, when did that come out? So yeah, this is definitely interchangeable, 2, 3. Uh my personal opinion, I'm putting 2 higher. Like as in I'm putting solo leveling higher.
Okay, I can
Just
respect that.
just because it's done more in less time. Like I don't
That
know,
makes sense. That totally makes sense. Yeah.
like it's done more in less time. Like we were just talking about it. The impact it's had has been insane, right? But let's not take away from Mishoku. The storyline is S tier storyline, bro. I
100%.
think just recently, like that recent season wasn't the best in my
Hmm.
opinion. It was pretty slow. I don't know what your thoughts on it, but were, but like I really thought it was slow, and that's kind of another reason why I put solo leveling up ahead is because there was no slow part to solo leveling. But then again, it's just Mushoku deeper story for sure, right?
Hmm.
More character like deeper characters per se,
Hmm.
like not just cool boy fucking up monsters.
Yeah, not just like aura farming and shit.
Exactly, like or farming I'm dead. But yeah, like in terms of that, I would definitely give it to Mushoku. That's why it's like it's interchangeable. But the first what season are we on? 3 or 4?
This might be three at this point because they break it up into cores, so it gets a little confusing.
Yeah. So the first 2 seasons were like S tier,
Yeah, yeah.
like super S tier. But like that like but yeah, exactly. That's why it could be an interchangeable, but solo leveling was double S tier too.
Yes.
So
One thing I will say about Mushoku is, firstly, people who call it the king of, or I guess the father of isekai, where it started that whole genre. A lot of series are based off of it. We've seen the beginning after the end. I know you haven't watched that anime yet, and please don't. The animation's terrible, but it's based off of Mushoku Tensei's plot. So a lot of series are kind of following that, where the character is reborn, starts as an infant, is blah 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 blah, whatever, right? So number one, Father Isekai. Number two, bro, like you talked about before, the S tier first few seasons, bro, were just elite, and then we go from like rapid growth, all the fighting, all the development to an arc, which I know you say you didn't really love, but like I really did like the character growth and development in that arc. So two different sides to the spectrum where it's like one, you get that rapid growth, and then two, you get that much needed character development. You know what I mean? Especially
it
in this.
wasn't bad at all. By no means it was bad.
Mhm.
It just wasn't as thrilling as like the first 2. But it
Right.
wasn't bad at all, you know? And it's kind of like um damn, what was that show called? I'm blanking out on the name. It has Thorfinn,
A Vinland Saga, yeah.
Vinland Saga. Yeah. Wait, when did that come out?
2019 just missed the.
It just
There
missed
were
the cut.
there were a lot of ones like Doctor Stone, Vinland Saga, and Demon Slayer, all 2019. They just all missed the cut.
Damn. Yeah, like that's like a Vinland Saga. Like that season that we just watched was meh, but you need those character development seasons, and
Yeah, yeah. Especially with longer anime, like you need it. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think this was one of those seasons. So in terms of just like information and like character development,
Mm.
elite, elite.
Yes, sir. And
Yeah,
part of it is I'm still speculating that like when the next season comes out, it's gonna bring everything all together or like the ending. You know what I mean? So like I'm
yeah.
just kind of hoping for that closure type.
No, no, he's still, bro. He has to. He has a lot of shit to do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's still a lot left. You know. But yeah,
Nice.
I mean, we all know what number one's gonna be.
Sir. All right. So number one is Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest, bro. Not playing. It's later. It's obviously Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, exactly.
No matter what happens 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, I think if everyone were to remember one anime from that started in the 2020s, it's gonna be JJK.
It's won like every award in the book. It's like so many people got into anime because of JJK. It was
Yeah,
kind of like the new era's Attack on Titan in terms of like getting a lot of people to watch anime.
yeah.
But also, I mean, I'm gonna attribute this a little bit to COVID, bro, because it came out at the perfect time. Like everybody was at home. Like people's just like 2020 COVID time was one wave of people that just came into anime. So many people came into anime that in such a small time frame.
Mhm.
And it was kind of like Attack on Titan where so many people came to anime. It's in such a small span, but uh I think obviously the story was elite, right? You had
Yeah.
Demon Slayer on the rise. People were starting to watch anime, and this just went hand in hand, you know?
Right. And I also think it's so versatile too. Like you got obviously you got anime fans that will watch it, but then you go to the gym, people wear JJK fits, bro. Like people are cosplaying as it. It's just like everywhere you go, you can't not see JJK. It just
Well, they have such like great characters too that people love to like embody, like Choji even not Choji, Toji.
OG, right, right, right.
Like
Bro,
Toji is like everyone trying to be badass like Toji right now.
bro,
Um,
I've got people hitting me up that don't watch anime. Like, yo, is JJK good? Should I watch it? Like, bro, there's so much other anime that you gotta be watching, but it's always them asking about JJK. So like it has that pull.
yeah, I think it was obviously a solid first. This is probably like the most watched anime of the decade, right?
Mhm. And in terms of manga sold, it's right up there as well.
Yeah. No, this was I think in general the list was a really good list.
I appreciate you, Doc. If you could change anything, would it be just soul leveling over Mushoku?
Yeah, and I think there was one thing at like seven.
Oh,
Or
like I had Don to Don, Oshinoko. Any one of those?
you had Don to Don over Hell's Paradise, but
Oh, right, right, right.
that would be the only one because I just really liked it.
Hmm.
But you were also factoring in like popularity and like other people's opinions.
Yeah.
So that it makes sense, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's obviously tough. A lot can change in even 1 year. So the first half of the decade doesn't really mean anything per se. Like there could be some heat that comes out next year or in the next few years that completely changes up everything or shakes up the entire list. There could be one terrible season that just fucks everything up for an anime. You know what I mean? Like a Tokyo Ghoul situation or a Promised Neverland situation. So we don't really know, but from what we've experienced so far in the early 2020s, bro, I think that's probably the most influential and the most impactful anime on this list that will be remembered. It's got to be
Yeah.
JJ.
Exactly, exactly. For sure.
Yeah. All right, bro. You got anything else to add to this?
I think you did a great job picking the list.
Shoot you, bro.
I think uh yeah, like I agree with most of it to be honest.
Heard.
And yeah, there was only two changes I would make, but other than that, if you guys, agree with the list, if you guys wanna, kind of interact with it, just hop in the Discord, let us know if you think these are if you agree, if you disagree. And yeah, that's it for me.
Yes, sir, bro. Once again, link to our Discord is in the description. So if you guys want to talk about any other anime or you think that this list is completely wrong, maybe you have a specific anime that we didn't even mention, not even as an honorable mention. And there's a couple of them that I kind of left off, and I felt bad about leaving off. Yeah, like Apothecary Diaries. There's a bunch of them. Definitely let us know. Join our Discord, and we'll talk about it there. But yeah, no, this was a fun episode, and you know what? We'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. Peace.
Yes.